Hello everyone, welcome once again to my YouTube channel, and this is your girl Simply Shayadejro. I really want to appreciate everyone that watched our previous video and has subscribed. I really want to say thank you guys. It's really encouraging that one posts a video and people are interested and people watch it. I really want to appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, so today I'll be talking about something exciting as well. Yes, I would always say it's exciting. So, really, I would say it's like a part two to the previous video. So, I'll be talking today about still haven't found love, things you might be missing. So, it's possible that like in the previous video where I talked about tips on how to find love. So it's possible that you've done those things, but you still haven't found love. So I'll be talking about six things you probably might be missing. So the first thing is loving yourself. So the question is, do you love yourself? That's a really deep question. You might just answer and say, yes, I love myself. Yes, I love yourself. I love myself. But you really need to think about it that do you cherish yourself? Do you speak confidently about yourself? Do you enjoy your company? Do you love to, just have your me time? Do you love to, how do you present yourself in like how do you present yourself to people? Do you encourage yourself? So you really need to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love someone else. You can't. You will just bleed on the other person. You will just bleed on the other person. So you need to love yourself. So how do you love yourself? Take out time to celebrate yourself. You can just post on your you know WhatsApp or any social media and just celebrate yourself. Just love up on yourself. Take yourself out once in a while. Just have that me time whereby it's just you going out. You don't always have to just okay, you just always want to go out with people, you just don't want to be alone. Just have your me time, just you and yourself. Then enjoy your own company, invest in yourself, exercise, take yourself out, just be happy, enjoying your company. And when you love yourself, you will definitely, it will show in your choices. So you really need to love yourself. And the reason why you need to love yourself is when you love yourself, you won't be overbearing when the love comes. You won't be overbearing to your partner when the person comes, and you not always put unrealistic expectations of the person, always expecting the person to do this for you, to be there for you, almost turning the person to a mini god. Like you want the person to understand how you feel 24/7. You want the person to text you all the time. You want the person to, do, always know what you're thinking about, always know how you feel. The person is not God. So that is why you need to love yourself, because so you don't put so much expectation on another person. So you need to love yourself. You need to love yourself, because this person that you're expecting to always understand how you feel and always be there for you all the time. This person definitely also has their down times and times when they are. It's not every time your partner would always be excited. It's not every time your partner would always be happy and saying sweet words. There'll be time when they are going through stuff. So you need to love yourself. You need to love yourself. So that is a very important thing you might be missing. It might be a reason, probably be a reason why you haven't found love. So the second thing why you probably haven't found love is love is also looking for you, but not this version of you. You need to upgrade. You need to upgrade. You need to be better. you know there's a lot of ladies, and okay, I don't want to be biased. Both ladies and some guys, they have an ideal kind of woman, they have an ideal kind of man they want. But the question is, why do you want to marry a rich man? Why do you want this kind of woman? Why do you want to marry a woman that has figure eight and all that? You need to you need to be the best version of yourself, because you can't be expecting, okay, you want to marry a rich man, but what do you have to offer the rich man? Why do you want to marry a man that has influence, and like for example, a man that is a celebrity? But what do you have to offer? It's not about bum, it's not about breast, it's not about all that. It's about the fact that what do you have to offer? Are you intellectual enough? Have you developed yourself to that point whereby this man sees you as someone that fits into his class? So you need to develop yourself. You need to also be an high flying woman yourself. You need to work on yourself. You need to read books. You need to improve your mind. You need to study. You need to be exposed. So you need to develop yourself. So you must ensure that you are the best version of yourself. You need to work on how you look. You need to dress well, like be more attractive, that when the kind of person you're looking for finds you, this person is like, wow, like you fit into the version they want. Because you need to develop yourself. You need to be the best version of yourself. You need to upgrade. So you need to upgrade. You need to upgrade. So that is also one thing you probably might be missing. And it's probably also a reason why you haven't found love. So the third thing why you probably haven't found love is because you have unreasonable specs. You have unreasonable specs. Like, and we have, it's not bad to have specs. It's not bad to say you want this kind of person, you want to marry someone that is like this. It's not bad. But the truth is, it must be a reasonable spec. The truth is, everybody has this ideal woman and ideal man kind of thing. But the truth is that your ideal kind of man might be married. Your ideal kind of woman might be married. You see married couples that they are doing great stuff together, and you just want that kind of thing. But the truth is, they had to work on themselves. They both worked on themselves to get to the point that they are in right now. So you need to be realistic. You need to have reasonable specs, not specs that was given to you by the environment. Because the truth is, like this kind of, you get ladies say, I want a tall, dark, and handsome man. You get guys say they want a lady that has figure eight. That is spec, but it was given by the environment, by the society that we are in. So you must have reasonable specs. We're not saying you should not. I'm not saying you shouldn't have specs or a kind of spec you want, but you must ask yourself the question. For example, you can ask yourself, just this is like a test, that okay, why do I want to marry a tall, dark, and handsome man? Why? Answer that question. Why do I want to marry a man that has money? Why do I want to marry a woman that has figure eight? So you need to answer those questions. Like, is it a reasonable spec? So you must have reasonable specs. So this is one of the things that might be a reason, probably, why you still haven't found love. So another very important thing why you still haven't found love is you might be hurting. This is a very important thing that um you need to focus on, because sometimes you might not you might not even realize that you've not healed properly. So the truth is that if you're still hurting, any love that comes to you, any partner you see, you will definitely see them from the lens of your pain, or from what you've gone through in your previous relationships, especially if you really had it rough in your previous relationships. So it's possible that you might be traumatized, and you have PTSD, post traumatic disorder. So you must ensure that you have healed. You must ensure that you're not hurting, because when you're hurting, definitely you would bleed on the person that you've met or that God has brought to you. So you must heal. You must heal. And how can you heal? Go to God, the healer. When you experience the love of Jesus, the love of Jesus, it heals you. You are overwhelmed by his love, and you realize that he's all you need. So you really need to go to God for healing. Really, it works like magic. So you really need to go to God for healing. And also, you might be looking for healing in the wrong places, like burying your head in work, just distracting yourself by so many activities. Some people, they just distract themselves with so many activities. Or you always want to be around people. You just keep going to different events just to distract yourself from the pain you're going through. But you really need to take time to heal. Or you try to replace your past relationship with someone else. That won't work. You would only heal when you've gone to God for healing. And if you need to go for therapy from a trusted and godly counselor, that would also help, because it helps, because it takes time. Give yourself time to heal, so that when the love comes to you, when the love that God wants to bring to you, the person meets a complete and whole person. Another reason why you probably haven't found love is positioning. It is very important that you are positioned rightly. So the question is, where are you positioned? Are you in God's presence? Are you in God's presence? So an example is, when God was, he was looking for an helper for Adam. The reason why God was concerned about Adam getting and helper was because Adam was a man of his presence. God knew Adam. God was he knew about Adam, and he was concerned that this man needs an helpmate. So you need to be someone of the presence. You need to be someone that dwells in God's presence, not just dwells, but you need to be someone that loves God's presence. So when you love God's presence, God will definitely be concerned about ensuring that he would ensure he finds the right person for you and brings them to you. So ensure that you are positioned in God's presence. That's just the best place you can be. So be in God's presence. Don't be out of His presence. Don't be close. Some people, they are not in God's presence. They are just like close. You must be in His presence. So position yourself in God's presence. Also, position yourself in service. Serve in God's house in any little capacity you can serve. Serve. Pray to God that, Lord, which department, where would you like me to serve? And ask Him to lead you, and He would definitely lead you. It could be that, okay, you love singing, join the choir. It could be that you love praying, join the prayer department. In any capacities, might be that you want to be a kingdom financier. So just any capacity you can, ensure that you are serving. Then also go out to righteous places. Yes, righteous places. Go to the cinema, go to we always have, there are programs, youth programs, Christian and godly programs. Go out. Don't just be indoors expecting God to do magic and bring the person to you in your room. No, you need to go out. Go out to places, righteous places. Hang out with your God, with godly friends. Your company also matters. Hang out with people that are godly. Have the right company. Be positioned among people that are godly. Because if you are positioned, imagine you're with people that they don't love God. They drink, they do all those kind of stuff, and you're expecting to marry a God-fearing person. It's you're being it's not you're not being realistic. So you need to hang around the kind of people you want. So hang around people that are godly, people that share the same values with you. So position yourself rightly. And then, so I'll be talking about the last. This is the last thing why you still haven't found love. So this is the last point, and it's a very, very, very important point. So it's another reason why you might still haven't found love, and it is spiritual intervention. Spiritual intervention. So you might realize that you've done all this, you've developed yourself, you are the right person. God has helped you to discern between what is good and is real. You are working with Him, and you're a committed person. You've done all these things, but you realize that you still haven't found God's kind of love. You still haven't found the love you're looking for. So, it in this kind of situation, it means you need spiritual intervention, because the life that we're living is a life of the spirit. So we need to know that we are living in a world whereby spiritual activities are real. So you need to pray. You need to pray actually. You need to pray to God and ask Him to shed light, to give you light, to help you see what you're missing, to open your eyes to know what the devil is doing. So you need to pray. And you can also go to a trusted man of God, and ask for counsel and ask them to pray for you. If you're not comfortable speaking to the husband, you can speak to the wife, and you ask them to pray for you, and give you counsel on what to do. Because the truth is that every relationship that God brings our way will go through spiritual attack. So that's why we need to be guarded. We need to ensure that we are staying in the place of prayer and we are sensitive and not ignorant of the devices of the devil. So that is the last thing. And I'm sure that if you focus on these things, definitely you would probably see in one of these things, you see that there might be a reason why you still haven't found love. So really, thank you everyone for watching this video. Thanks for watching to the end, because I know some people, they watch YouTube video, they watch it to the half and they just they don't, some just even forward and forward. But please, I'm really glad. Thanks for watching to the end if you watch it to the end. So thank you. And this is still Simply Shay Adejoro. Please like, please just don't just watch this video. Please like, comment, good comments. Please encourage us so that we can do more inspiring videos like this. Please like, comment, and please subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.